right, I'd like to call the Thursday, October 9th, 2025 voting meeting to session. We're going to start out with a salute to the flag and a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All right, roll call, please.
Dr. Baldino?
Here.
Mr. Cannon?
Here.
Ms. Donahue?
Here.
Mr. Elling?
Present.
Mr. Johnson?
Here.
Mr. Knopf? Ms. Lynch?
Here.
Mr. Scaff?
Here.
Ms. Smith? Here. 8 members present.
Okay. All right, start out with the superintendent's report.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry that I can't be there in person today. I just have a couple of notes. First of all, an exciting bit, Senate Bill 829, which is to change the state fossil to the Heine Praton, is out of committee and to appropriations. So it's getting somewhere. It's making some movement in the Senate. So we're hopeful that that will continue to move through, and soon we will have our state fossil that is particular to Pennsylvania and, more importantly, particular to Keystone Central School District and Bucktail. Really excited about that work. It looks like sometime in November our students will be able to go down and talk on the floor of the Senate, so that the legislators can hear the presentation straight from the students. The second thing that I want to talk about is a budget impasse is still continuing. We do not have a budget in Pennsylvania yet. And as far as I know, while the House has passed one that's a little bit different than their initial proposal, it still hasn't made any movement in the Senate. As you know, the further we get into the year, the more difficulty it poses us and other school districts and municipalities around the state. So we're hopeful that that will be resolved very soon. Earlier this week, we heard from PDE about the Act 1 index for next year. Last year it was 7.1. This coming year it is 3.5. So without special action from the board, the maximum increase in taxes that we could ask for property taxes is 3.5%. And that's all I have for the moment.
All right, thank you very much. All right, next up is hearing of visitors. Okay, so before we get into that, the Keystone Central Board of Directors encourages public comment from its citizens. Each community member may speak for a period no longer than 4 minutes per board policy. Please understand that this is not a time for dialogue with the board. Rather, the board will listen to all comments and consider them in future deliberations. Our individual email addresses are on the website if you'd like to contact your individual board representative. We ask that you please direct complaints of a personal nature regarding an individual employee directly to the superintendent. With that being said, first up, we have Danielle Laval. Danielle? Okay, she said she was going to do it virtually, so.
I don't see Danielle up there.
All right, I don't see anybody there, so we're gonna move on. Next up is Sarah, how do you spell your last name or say your last name? Okay. Sarah Kitten. Please come up to the microphone.
So I'm here today.
Sarah, speak into that microphone.
Yeah, bring the microphone over.
Can you
Thank
hear
you.
me? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that was better.
I'm here today to put a face behind all those checks made payable to Keystone Central for the taxes that you have been happily accepting from my family to cover whatever means you guys feel necessary to do. And some are outrageous. So I pay quarterly taxes, which I just happened to drop off in the mailbox out front before I walked in here. On myself as a business, tax on our homes, tax on our other business. Hell, I even get a tax for my name as an entity, as a business. My name, which is on all those documents from Keystone Central. At the end of the year, I think, oh, I'm good because I paid all them quarterly taxes to you guys. No, not enough. I owe more. So I have to come up with more tax money to Keystone Central. I don't even now have any kids in Keystone Central. So not only is it affecting my life, because I like to keep my lights on too. How about the people that were buying houses? Their mortgages are going up. They can't afford it. Oh, well, you guys got what you want. We all want free healthcare. Every one of us would like free healthcare. Is there anyone here that does not work for Keystone Central that does not pay for their own healthcare? Anybody?
Well,
Nope. I sure pay for my own, along with all those bills that I pay to Keystone Central for all you guys. This contract expiring, we should look at it as a blessing. It was a bad deal then. Let's not make it worse. All I have.
Thank you.
Roger. Yes, that one's online now, if you'd like to get the opportunity to speak.
Okay. All right. Danielle? Danielle, are you there?
Yes, I had to wait for the host to unmute me.
Okay. All right. Okay. You have, like we've said all the other times, you have 4 minutes. Go ahead.
As a board, do you ever wonder why people rarely show up to speak at these meetings? There's a saying in Keystone Central right now, to be seen, heard, and loved. Do students feel that way? Is that why over 100 students have went to Keystone Central online learning in the last month? Do parents feel that they are seen, heard, and loved? The continuous drop in enrollment would make me question this. People don't attend these meetings because they don't feel that what they say is heard. I came to you over a year ago about a transportation issue that continues to be an issue to this day, with repeated conversations to the district and no appropriate solution. Why are parents not heard? Why is the relationship between parents and the district so strained? Why is enrollment continuously dropping? What can be done to fix it? I will offer you my advice of showing parents they are heard and working to resolve the issues, and showing taxpayers that you care about their tax dollars. Show honesty and transparency. Show that you care about our children and our financial future. Tonight, show that this isn't a rush vote just to get something passed before the new board is sworn in. Show parents that they can come to a meeting and be heard. It was said last week that there have been contract discussions about Act 93. Where did these meetings happen? Why weren't all the board members present? What is really going on here? The Act 93 contract doesn't expire until June. Why are you rushing to vote on it right now? It's only October. What benefit is there to pushing this through right now? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, next up is Ryan Shields. Okay.
Hello, and thank you for giving me the 4 minutes to speak. I'm Ryan Shields. I live in downtown Lock Haven. I'm the father of 10 children, and some of them attend this school. So I have about 6 points here that I wanted to cover with you. The first thing is just a message of accountability. Every day, I'm accountable for supporting my family. I do what I need to do to make sure that my family is safe and healthy and have what they need. So that's really the reason that I'm here tonight, because I understand that there's a vote that's going on that will significantly impact my property taxes. And I want to start off with just one question. What is the reason that you were voting on this early? This is definitely, it's an early vote. You typically don't vote on this at this time. I would really like for you to address everyone on justifying why you're doing this vote early. There's some reason that you're doing it, and you need to tell us why. That's the first thing. Second thing, salary increases that you're going after. I'm all about salary increases. I'm all about people bettering themselves, but it needs to be done based off of performance. What I do in my career, if I don't do well, I don't make a good living. So my living is based off of my performance. So if I look at the national average in performance of the school, it's below Pennsylvania average, below national average. And if I look at like median salaries, the salaries are high. They don't match up with the performance level. And I would like to hear justification on this. Why is this the case? Why are you pushing through salary increases that are not justified by performance? If it is justified by performance, explain, please. There is options for people. You know, I don't want my tax money to go to you. I have a number of children in the school. I'll take them out and I'll send them to a charter school, and the tax money will go to the charter school. And I just want to make sure that people understand this is an option for them. If you don't feel that you're not happy with your tax money going to the public school, then you can send your children to charter school and the money will go there. The other thing is I'm a property owner in Lock Haven, and I really don't want to see my taxes increase due to this. I pay pretty high taxes. My taxes are higher than what they should be in this area. And I don't have all the stats to prove that, but it has increased significantly since I moved here 5 years ago. Tremendous increases, and now you're telling me I'm going to have to pay more. I'm not pleased with that. And the last point that I wanted to make on here is I save as much money as I possibly can to support myself in my retirement. Nobody's going to do that for me. There's not a person out there that's contributing money to that except for me. So it's my responsibility to take care of myself in my retirement. And I really don't want to pay for somebody's benefits 8 years into their retirement. It's not my responsibility. And this is what you're asking me to do, and it's not right. So I've never been to a school board meeting in my life. And you can see my time's very limited. I spent about 3 minutes preparing for this discussion here. And whoever's voting on this tonight, if your plan is to vote on it early, you should not vote on this. You need to vote on it next year at the appropriate time with whoever gets elected, because the people are going to be electing people. We want to be making these decisions. We don't want this decision to be made tonight. You're rushing it, and I want to understand why. You need to justify that to all of us. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. And I do plan on coming to more of these school board meetings. And what we're going to be delivering is accountability.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay. Next up, we have a presentation, the Costa Rica field trip. Hello.
Hi. I'm gonna stand if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Got it. My name's Jessica Whipple. I teach Spanish at Central Mountain High School, and I am here to talk to you a little bit about the trip to Costa Rica that we're proposing. I understand there've been some questions, so hopefully I can answer those for you tonight. First, I chose Costa Rica because it's obviously a beautiful country. It offers a lot of unique experiences for our students to enjoy. I have taken students here 2 times in the past, and we've always had a really wonderful time. Costa Rica is one of the safest countries in Latin America. Like I said, we've been here before. We've never had any issues. Always felt very safe. Our trip this time around from, well, I think that's the wrong date. Our trip would be from, well, it's 2027. Is this my slideshow? Okay. So our trip would be in 2027. So in 2 years. It's all right.
Okay.
Same volcano, right?
Yeah.
So our trip for Central Mountain High School would be available to students in grades 9 through 11 who are taking Spanish classes. Now, I can't give you an exact number of students because I haven't advertised the trip yet. So it would all depend on how many students are interested and how many students actually sign up to go on the trip. In past trips that we've taken, generally that number is anywhere from 12 to 20 students, so not a large group. And with that, we will always take 1 adult chaperone for every 6 students. So it would be myself and 2 other adults from our building. If you want to go to the next. Yeah.
You lost your slide.
I mean, I could just keep talking. That way it won't eat up a lot of time. I know your time is precious. So what did I want to say next? The trip itself would cost about $3,500, which is a lot, but it includes just about everything. It includes, yes, that looks right to me. So it would include all of our transportation fees, our airfare, the bus that we'll be taking while we're in the country. If you want to go to slide, yeah, I know you already have a copy of the detailed itinerary that I sent with the previous paperwork, so I won't read all of that to you. This will be a nature-oriented trip, so we're going to do things that we can't do around here. We're going to tour the rainforest. We'll take a lot of boat rides through canals to places that you can only get to by boat, some water activities.
That water looks beautiful.
It does, yeah. I'll have to be brave to do the white water rafting. I've never done that before.
That's fine.
So you want to, yeah, go to, so one important thing to note is we will have a tour guide with us the entire time, 24/7. So that person will meet us at the airport. They will stay with us until we fly back home. They're generally an expert tour guide from the area, so they're very knowledgeable about the places we're going to see and the things we're going to do. And they're really helpful because they're the ones who kind of manage everything. They'll check us into our hotels, make sure we have the meals that we need. They'll handle our entrance and our tickets into the different attractions and activities we're going to do. So then what's included in that price? I already mentioned the airfare, transportation, our tour guide, our meals are included, our hotels, and our tickets into the different attractions. Some extra things that would not be included that the students would be responsible for. If they don't have a passport, they would obviously need to purchase a passport. If you want to scroll up for me, please. Thank you. Probably have to check a bag, so there are luggage fees, snacks throughout the day because teenagers eat a lot. And we will do tips for our tour director and bus drivers. When I do have a parent meeting, if this trip does get approved, I will be upfront with them and let them know most of this is going to be out of pocket for them, an out-of-pocket expense. We will do some fundraising, but the fundraising we do will be generally to cover our transportation here. So our costs to get to the airport and back here to the school when we return. Also, we'll do fundraising to cover those tips for our bus drivers and our tour guide while we're down there. The company that I chose, EF, they offer a really unique tool to help our students raise those funds themselves. So sort of like a GoFundMe page, they'll get a personal fundraising page that they can share digitally with their family and their friends. So, you know, for gifts, people can donate towards their trip, and 100% of it will go towards the balance of their trip. So I'm sure if we get to do this, a lot of our students will take advantage of that. And I chose EF. I did shop around a lot. I looked at different tour companies, but ultimately I felt that EF Educational Tours was the right fit for us. They have over 60 years of experience, which for me was really comforting, knowing that they had connections all throughout the world. I have a lot of friends who are teachers in other districts who have used them for their trips. And on the one side, it showed there are school districts in our own area that have used EF as well and has been very successful. So if you want to go to the very last slide, please, all the way down, or next to last, sorry. I did want to point out we've done a lot of trips in the past. And while the entire trip is very educational and a really great experience for our students, we always try to do something that's really unique to the country. So when we went to Spain and France in 2014, while we were in Spain, our students got to take a cooking class. So they learned how to make traditional paella. When we were in France, they took a fencing class, which was really fun. And the last time we were in Costa Rica, we were able to spend an entire afternoon planting trees in part of the rainforest that had been cut down. So that was a really special experience for our students. So that's all I have for you. Do you have any questions that I didn't cover? Yes.
Yes, credit to you. Your name, please, so everyone
Oh,
knows.
thank you.
And where you teach. And
Thank you. I'm Jessica Whipple. I teach Spanish at Central Mountain High School.
I'm very excited about this. You know, throughout the years, the more we can get our kids out there in well-organized programs.
Thank you.
So, please share with how we find out where the GoFundMe page is.
Okay.
Please.
Sure.
So we all know. That would be lovely.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
And
you.
I support it 1,000%.
Thank you.
All righty. Next up, committee reports. Policy Committee?
We had quite a long chat. We talked about the 201 AR early entrance letter to go out, made a couple tweaks on it, and that's going to move forward. We discussed policy 915, relations with PTO and booster organizations. And we just didn't have enough info.
Okay.
And what we're doing is we put Justin and Randy, steered them towards putting a special meeting together where we can get, each principal is in charge of his own PTO at their own school. So we're going to get each principal and each PTO representative to come in and include the athletics boosters and everything, because each different PTO is doing their own thing on their own page, and our policy for PTO doesn't jive with it. So we're going to bring them all in and try and get everybody on the same page at an upcoming date, and then we'll bring it back to policy next month and try and get everybody on the same page.
All righty.
And that was it.
Okay, thank you.
Huh?
All right,
It's public, right?
Yeah, it's a public meeting.
Yeah, it's public.
It'll be a public meeting.
yeah. Okay, all righty, with that, Ms. Smith.
I'd like
Could-
to make a motion to pass section F 1 through 6, except for any items removed for separate consideration.
Okay,
I'd like
anybody
to
have
pull-
any
I'd like to pull F2.
F2?
I'd like to pull. Did she say F?
Just
Yes,
F 1
just
through
F.
6.
F, okay. No,
So.
Okay, we got a motion and we have, are you done, Chris,
no,
for section F?
for section F, yes.
Okay, Elizabeth?
F6.
Okay,
Hold on, I'm in the wrong, hang on, I'm in the wrong meeting, Roger.
It's allergies.
okay.
My computer jumped. Sorry about that. I wanted to pull F2
That's already been pulled.
and F7.
F7?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's
only
Wait.
6.
There's only 6.
Okay, it's F6 then.
Yeah, I'm on the right one. Yeah, okay. We're good.
Okay. Well, actually, depending on which one of these things you have,
That's.
there's an F7.
Yeah, mine
Basically,
had F7
there was
original.
a glitch with board docs, and
Okay,
we've already been in contact with board docs and trying to get this figured out. So this is something that is known. So that's
okay, 'cause
why
it was
there's only
F7
6
earlier.
items. Yeah, there's only
Alright.
6 items, but it says 7 because it skipped 4.
Okay, yeah,
I printed this out this morning. Look, I noticed this.
Hmm.
1, 2, 3, 5.
That's what I just
Yeah,
addressed.
that's why.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's still
yeah.
the same.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
so my cheese isn't off my cracker all the way.
No, not all the way.
Okay,
Yeah, but you have to look at the
So-
screen, not the printout.
All right, so which one did you want to discuss? The
F2 and F6.
F6,
The
the
finance
KCSD
committee and the tax
LHU
collection.
Evergreen,
Yeah.
or the
No,
tax collection?
collection.
Okay, just want to make sure. So depending on who's looking at this, it'll be either F2 and F7, or if you got the a correct version, then it would be F2 and F6.
Yeah, the numbering is on.
Okay?
So the agendas aren't matching the computers then.
It's messed.
Okay,
All right. But it has been addressed with board docs. So-
yeah,
It's the same, but the numbers are weird.
All right.
okay. It's that high dollar stuff.
Okay, so I have a motion. Do I have a second
What's the motion?
to pass everything in section F except for those items
Except
removed,
2 and
which is
6.
2 and 6?
Okay.
All right. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right, motion passes. Okay,
Make a
Okay,
motion
Tracy.
to pass F2, Financial Committee of the Whole.
okay. Now, according to this, it says, with the recommendation that the Keystone Central School District Board of Directors leave the Finance Committee as a committee of the whole. Is that your motion?
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you. Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Okay, discussion?
Yes,
Yeah, could you read the motion, please?
Okay, the motion is with the recommendation resolved that the Keystone Central School District Board of Directors leave the Finance Committee as a committee of the whole.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? Discussion.
Go ahead.
yes.
Chris?
As I said last week, this decision to change it, I see the description of it has changed since last week. But this decision needs held for the new board next year to decide if they want to change it from a committee of the whole to a committee of 3. That's it. There's no reason to take this out of, make a decision now on something that will affect a new board if there so be is one.
Okay,
Well, go ahead, Elizabeth, you were first.
I just had a question. We never brought the policy up with a draft change.
No, that's what I said.
So I don't understand why we're making a motion.
Because it
We're
got,
not changing
this got
anything.
changed on the screen from what it was last week.
So then make a motion to table it.
yeah,
Yes.
make a motion. If you want to make a motion to table,
it.
okay. We have a motion to table it. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. Okay, discussion on that.
If we're going to table this, it should be tabled until after December the 1st.
Mhm.
Okay, so. with
Should I
that
make
I
being-
the
move that we
motion?
add that to the
Should I
motion.
make the motion to table it until after the election and the new board is installed?
You can make the motion however you see fit.
Make the motion that this policy on changing the finance committee of the whole be tabled until next year after the new board is installed.
Jeff, do you still second that?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so. Motion and second. Let's do roll call vote for this.
Dr. Baldino,
Yes.
Mr. Cannon,
Yes.
Ms. Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Elling,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Knopf, Ms. Lynch,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Ms. Smith. Yes. 8 members, yes.
Okay. All right.
I move to approve F6, the motion to approve January 1st, 2026 is the official effective date for Berkheimer to begin providing tax collection services for the local services tax and business privilege tax as previously authorized by board action.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Discussion?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris.
When this originally happened with closing the tax office, we were told everything's gonna be done on December 31st. And this section of it handles that, but where is the EIT? We need to make a decision on the EIT tax also, because the TCC is being held in limbo.
Mhm.
That was the first thing we wanted, well, the board wanted to get rid of and get rid of the TCC out of the tax office, but the TCC is getting bounced around on when their cutoff date is. We were told that we could not have any employees after January or after December 31st, because those temporary employees would have to be brought on as full-time employees. But we're playing basketball or tennis, whatever you want to call it, with dates now. So if we're gonna move to do the LST and the BPT, we need to let the TCC know what they're doing with the EIT.
I think we were waiting to hear from the TCC as to when, because they need to make that decision. It's their decision with the
No, they're
EIT.
waiting, the TCC is waiting on us.
Mhm.
We don't make that decision about EIT. The TCC does. We
No,
make the decisions
that's-
about BPT
That's
or
false.
we are no longer collecting EIT. We're working with them. We're working with the TCC.
Well, I sit on the TCC.
Understood.
She's
And-
explaining something.
And when
Calm
we
down.
went to the TCC meeting,
Mhm.
the lawyer contacted the secretary of the TCC 10 minutes before the meeting and said, "I'm sorry, I don't have the contract yet."
The contract is between TCC and Berkheimer,
Mhm.
not Keystone Central.
Okay, well, we're paying the lawyer.
TCC is.
Okay. Where's the TCC at right now, Joni?
I don't know. You guys are meeting, I think, next week?
You guys, the Keystone Central's still in charge of it.
And Christy was there and Noel.
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 members there.
Yep,
at
and they
that
don't know anything about it either. The bottom line is we
Mhm.
have to give them a cutoff date.
Okay. And I think that's
And
what was
we
being
have
discussed.
employees that are gonna have to be made full-time employees if we're not done by the December 31st.
No, we created a timeline and it's going to depend on, I think what they're leaning towards is collecting EIT, the school district until December 31st. So what that would mean is we do need to have people here for the first quarter.
Mhm.
Well, when Noel is here and we also have the secretary, they're both already employees, so there's no additional employees. We are asking to provide an MOU to keep one of the other secretaries who are there now, the temporary secretaries, until like May 31st.
Okay.
So we will have
So
the
that's gonna
manpower.
Come to the board for us to discuss, correct?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
of
'cause it
course.
hasn't yet.
Of course. And business privilege and LST, we decided that we are no longer collecting that. So that is going to go to Berkheimer, and those are contracts between Keystone Central and Berkheimer.
Understand that.
Yes.
So when are we gonna make a cutoff date for the EIT?
Tonight.
So that's the TCC's decision. Right. I understand what you're saying. So I believe that the recommendation from a representative from Keystone Central will be December 31st. We will collect until December 31st. And then those monies will come in the first quarter of 26. We will have the manpower to provide those services.
Okay, well, you just said May 31st.
May 31st is when we're asking if we can keep one of the temporary employees up there.
Okay,
We have 2 already that are employees. Then we had the 2 additional that we kept till December 31st. We're asking to keep one of those through an MOU for approval till May 31st.
all right. Well, someday we'll get the whole deal. I appreciate it.
Elizabeth?
Thank you. Okay. I feel very strongly that the motion has to include EIT and not just the 2. Because the Keystone Central School Board oversees the Keystone Central School District Tax Office. The TCC decides who they want their EIT taxes to go to. Yes, we have over 50% of the vote. We control TCC right now. That's the way their bylaws are set up. We control TCC.
That decision will need to be made at the TCC meeting with the Keystone Central School District reps.
Yes, they've already decided they're gonna go with Berkheimer, but their contract, even though Berkheimer's, even though the TCC gave their lawyer, Jason Stump, the contract in early July,
Still don't have it.
at last TCC's meeting, what was that, 2 weeks ago?
Mhm.
At
A
the
week
11th
ago.
hour, the TCC solicitor stated he's still working on it. So there appears to be some sort of holdup, apparently, but that's not the point. The point is the board controls the Keystone Central School District Tax Office. And the motion should include EIT taxes. It ends January 1st, 2026. We have been told that same date since this fiasco first started over a year ago. Solicitor said it. The previous tax office supervisor said it. Presentation said it. Best time, Berkheimer said it. Keystone Collections Group said it. Best time to start collecting it is January 1st. So I propose that the motion include all the taxes the school board oversees, closing the tax office January 1st, and these taxes go to Berkheimer.
Okay,
So
so
how,
are you making a motion to amend?
I would like to, yes.
Okay, so what is your amended motion?
A motion to amend the previous motion to approve January 1st, 2026 as the official effective date for Berkheimer to begin providing tax collection services for the local service tax, LST, earned income tax, EIT, and business privilege tax, BPT.
Is that it?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so we have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second for that?
I'll second it.
Okay, so motion and a second, discussion. Anybody? Okay,
Let me ask a question.
go ahead.
Is your motion for everything to be turned over on that date? Because even Berkheimer had stated in that meeting that they'd be willing to wait till the end of January because that is the tax cutoff date. So,
Well, the way the motion reads, okay, and what she said is that to approve January 1st, 2026 is the official date for Berkheimer to begin providing tax collection services for the local service tax, EIT, and BPT. That's her motion.
okay, I would say turn the keys over completely to them on December 31st. But as we had talked about, let what's in the mail come here. And then they gotta forward it on.
They'll figure all that out. That's not our business.
Okay,
That's all, this is what Berkheimer does professionally.
Then
It's
let
not
it-
none of our business.
then let it stand.
Okay, so you're agreeing with what she's
I'll
saying?
agree with it.
Okay. Any other discussion? No? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Cannon?
Yes.
Ms. Donahue?
Yes.
Mr. Elling?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
No.
Mr. Knopf? Ms. Lynch?
Yes,
Mr. Scott?
Yes,
Ms. Smith? No. Dr. Baldino?
Yes.
Six yeses, 2 nos.
Okay, motion passes. Okay, Ms. Smith?
Make a motion to pass G 1 through 6 policies.
Okay, these are all second reads, so
good,
anybody have any questions on these?
that's good.
Okay, we got a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, motion and a second. Discussion, anything? Okay. Roll call vote.
Ms. Donahue?
Yes.
Mr. Elling?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Knopf? Ms. Lynch?
Yes,
Mr. Scott?
Yes,
Ms. Smith? Yes. Dr. Baldino?
No.
Mr. Cannon?
No.
6 yeses and 2 nos.
Motion passes. Okay,
I'd like to make a motion to pass H 1 through 6 meeting minutes.
okay. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Discussion?
yeah. No questions.
Discussion? None? Okay. All right. All those in favor passing the minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Next up,
I'd like to make a motion to pass I 1 bills for payment.
okay, have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. I have a motion and a second. Discussion?
Yeah,
Okay,
per our discussion last week, I'd emailed Joni a couple items to ask on the bills for payment. One of the first ones was 13 different entries among 6 different companies out of the general fund totaling $139,217.53. And the answer I got was the Liberty Curtain expenses are being expensed out of Fund 10 because Fund 39 bond is depleted. The additional costs will be pulled from the general fund. But I looked back, and last month we had over $1 million in that fund, the month before over 2 million. So what we're saying is we went over budget on Liberty Curtain.
So remember, the board approved a $1.7 million committed funds in Fund 10. They
Mhm.
committed to capital project. That is now what we're using. So when I say Fund 10, it's the capital projects committed funds. The
Okay,
board
but-
approved the 1.7 million for Liberty Curtain.
Okay, at one point in time, we were told that we'd probably have quite a bit left over because when I talked to Dr. Zangara the other day, he even said, I don't know where that money went that we were looking at tapping into for security. So I'm curious where all that extra money went because we were supposed to have some left over.
That I can't answer. That might have been maybe a little premature to say that until we were closer to the end. So that I can't answer. We are using the committed funds though that the board
So we've
approved to pay
completely
those.
depleted the $20 million loan.
Mhm.
then.
Yes,
And they're spending more?
Yeah.
they're spending part of that 1.7 that's committed.
We're spending more than the $20 million that we committed to for that project?
Correct.
Yep.
So I'm sorry if I could,
Thank you.
just say real quick, when the project was always more than $20 million. And part of that was bond money and part of that was committed funds. So we are not overspending on Liberty Curtain more than we had anticipated. All of these are anticipated costs. We're not going over the budget for Liberty Curtain.
Okay. And the other thing I asked about was there was a entrance from Crabtree Rohrbaugh and Associates for $774.83 for reimbursable travel expenses. And you sent me a reply, it was for Brian Kilgus, but the money the breakdown of the money you sent me doesn't add up to the 774. Well, I only got one, but I just want to make sure you're right because none of it adds up and. All right. Okay. That's all I
Okay.
got to ask.
All right.
'cause it never works out.
Can I please
Okay.
address the
Tracy?
accuracy? Last week at the meeting, there was a question brought up about a receipt that unfortunately, due to a coding issue, apparently was.
Can you speak up into the mic, Tracy?
She
I
is.
can't hear you.
There was a coding issue that there was a bill that was labeled as alcohol. And that was brought up as an accusation that we were paying an alcohol bill. And it was clarified through email. And I just wanted to make that clarification public since there was an accusation of wrongdoing. Mr. Zangara and Joni. Yes, it was an accusation.
Okay, enough. Elizabeth, you weren't addressed.
Anyway, it was a coding issue within the software. When anybody submits receipts, they are to submit an itemized receipt showing the food and what is being done. It was a coding issue. There was no wrongdoing. That is just what I wanted to point out.
All right,
And I
thank you.
apologize to the business office for the accusations that were made without any kind of information being asked in the first place.
Okay, thank you. Do you have something to say, Elizabeth? Chris?
I want to clarify, it was a question about it. It's what was on the bills for payment we had to look at. It was not an accusation, never was. It was a question of why is that there? Joni and Randy got together. They showed us the receipt. It was because the receipt was from a bar and the coding or whatever was messed up in the computer. I was happy with it, but it was never an accusation. It was a question.
It
Okay,
is how it came across. And when somebody's saying, I want the name of the person who submitted this receipt, and I want the name of the person who wrote the check for this, and this is
That's a fair
wrongdoing.
question,
No.
Tracy.
No, we can ask questions
Well,
without
whatever.
accusations.
okay. All right, so anything else? Bills for payment. Elizabeth?
Yes, thank you. I appreciate all the hard work everyone's doing and the crossover that the business office is doing with the new software.
Mhm.
But I just still feel very strongly that until the reports can come out as some of us have requested, that we should still be using the old system. I said last month, every month that I don't see the information that the board, some of the boards have requested, I'm gonna keep voting no for bills for payment. It doesn't break it down like it did last time by the categories. It appears that all these purchases are going straight to administration. When you look at the bills for payment, a list of bills, excuse me, those are not all going into administration. They're all being segregated out there into different categories, but those categories don't show up anymore like they did with the old software system. And it doesn't show where the money is going. So again, I'm gonna have to vote no for it. And here's a comment. I liked Chris's idea when the list of bills for Liberty Curtain first started coming in and he asked to see them all on a separate spreadsheet. And I think we all thought that was a really great idea.
Mhm.
Well, then can we keep continually doing that? Because like Joni had said, the previous board earlier had put money from the general fund also in addition to the bond money. But those bills and those payments aren't on the Liberty Curtain costs. So if you want to code it a different way or somehow, but I still feel very strongly that anything that goes into the Liberty Curtain, as far as construction, et cetera, stays on just one report, even though it's coming out of the general fund. So I'm looking forward to our next finance committee meeting. And I would like for the chair of the finance committee meeting to consider that we get some sort of presentation from this company that has the software so we can learn a little bit about it, what it's capable of, not capable of, because maybe what I'm envisioning that we used to do, maybe this new system can't even do it, and I'm wasting administration's time. I don't want to do that. So I think that'd be very helpful if they had a presentation and we can maybe change the date. That's my request. Thank you.
Roger.
Chris?
On what Elizabeth said, I think Joni and them and Christie are doing a good job trying to make the new system work.
Mhm.
Maybe if we had IT step in and maybe help clarify things, go over it, see if they're finding any bugs in it. The one big thing that we're probably not gonna see that I've harped on for a year and a half is I want to see the bills for payment before they're paid.
Mhm.
Nobody runs a business where you authorize bills for payment that were paid over a month ago. That's just not how the world works. And I've heard the excuse, well, we approve a budget, so then anything comes out of there, but there's no way to control that budget then. We need to change it and make it that we see the bills before they're paid. Because otherwise, us having a vote on it means nothing. The check's already wrote, it's already paid, the check's already cashed. So we're just spinning our wheels.
Okay.
That's all I got to say on it. I hope that we can change it in the future.
Okay. Go ahead, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Chair Roger, President Roger. And that's a question I posed quite a few years ago. And I don't understand actually why we approved the list of bills that were already paid. And I've never had a full understanding of why that is, because the argument's always been, or I should say, the rationale has always been, well, the board approves the annual budget and the administration can spend the money. So I don't understand, since that's the rationale, so why we even approve bills that have already been paid. So I still don't understand that, but maybe sometime in the future that can be explained. Thank you.
Okay, so just to point this out, as you've readily said, yes, we vote on a budget, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It is the superintendent's job to make sure that everything that the district needs, okay,
Mm-hmm.
is in that, falls in that budget amount. Okay? A lot of these things in here are all part of what he's planned for running the district. Okay? So that is why whenever you see these, yes, they've already been paid because we've already authorized the superintendent and Joni to pay these items.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What they're doing is they're bringing it up to you to say, hey, this is what we've paid.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not, I mean, yeah, it's a list of bills, but it's letting you know this way you can question different things as you have in the past. All right. And get the correct information as to why things are being done.
But it's already too late. You can't change your mind.
If that's something that the superintendent needs to run the district, what you're
Okay?
saying is that you're gonna micromanage the superintendent? Is that
No,
what you
but I'm
want?
gonna say the money we wasted did not need to be spent. We did not need a $20,000 LED sign at Liberty Curtain. We did not need an $1,800 rug inside the front door. We did not need several things. That's what I'm saying. So maybe we should let him have what it takes to teach the students. And then extras come to the board and said, do we have enough to do this? Is it justifiable?
Okay,
We're
so,
responsible to
so,
all these folks out
so
here.
what, that's a fair thing. So then next year,
Mm-hmm.
whenever you guys are doing your budget, you need to put that out there.
Okay.
That's something that the future board can deal with.
Yep.
But as for right now, we're still running under the way that as long as we are falling into that budget that we've provided,
Mm-hmm.
that's how it's gonna work.
But I just don't agree with it. That's all. And I'm allowed to do that.
And yes, you are. You are
Okay.
allowed to disagree with that. Okay. All right. Anybody have any other comments? None? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. Knopf? Ms. Lynch?
No.
Mr. Scott?
No.
Ms. Smith? Yes. Dr. Baldino?
No.
Mr. Cannon?
No.
Ms. Donahue?
Yes.
4 yeses, 4 noes.
Guess the bills aren't getting paid.
Yep. Okay, motion fails. Next,
Make a motion to pass I-2, the approval of the disposal of the list of books from Liberty Curtin Elementary that are either outdated or damaged beyond repair.
I'll second that.
okay, I have a motion in a second.
Roger,
Yes,
before we move on,
yes,
I would like a little clarification.
Okay,
So this past motion for the bills to payment that's already paid, that was just shot down. Now what happens to those bills?
That's exactly my point.
That's exactly the point.
Tom, I'm not really sure. I'll have to I have to find out from legal counsel.
Okay, because basically we just rejected to pay all the bills that were already paid. And had we vote prior to the bills being paid, we would know what to do.
That's exactly my point.
So that's all I have to say. You can move on with whatever, but I just wanted to ask that question because I needed clarification for myself. Thank
Okay.
you.
all right.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Sam.
So I have to ask because I have a past budget for the year to operate property services.
Correct.
If I cannot operate daily, how do you expect us to make repairs and keep the building running?
Ask the,
I
ask
don't
the board
understand
members.
how you want me to keep the buildings operational
Ask them.
if I have to request permission by vote every time I want to spend $1. I don't get it. I need someone to tell me.
I understand what you're saying, okay? You are authorized a certain amount of budget and you have to stay within that budget time or space, okay? To be able to do what you need to do to keep the district running. However, based upon what was just done, at this point, you are now going to have to, if you need something, you're gonna have to bring it to these guys and let them all vote. That is exactly what is going on from here on out.
So we have,
We have no,
No,
we have
when it
no
goes-
way
when
to,
it goes through a facilities
Sam's-
meeting, then it would
Sam's-
be authorized to move on.
Jeff,
so, I guess, Sam, you are pretty much handcuffed right now. You can't even go over to Lowe's and buy a hammer because they don't want you to do that way. So you better call them every time you need to make a purchase.
Those are getting blown completely out of.
No, it
proportion.
no, it isn't. That's
No,
exactly
that's
what you
what's
just
in the
asked.
bill for
Exactly what
payment.
you
That's
wanted to see.
exactly what
That's
you
what's
just
in there.
did.
No. it's
Yes,
not.
it is. Okay, moving on. Library weeding report. There's been a motion and a second. Anybody have any, discussion? No? Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, next up is the Mill Hall Elementary School concrete work.
I move to approve the concrete work for Mill Hall Elementary, or Mill Hall, sorry. It's 275 feet of sidewalk along Kyler Avenue and will add 2 ADA access points at the corner of Kyler Avenue and West Kyler Avenue for $24,468. And the winning bid was from Anteris Site Work LLC.
Okay. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Discussion. Chris?
Okay, this is exactly how it works, Sam. You need a project done. It comes to us, we vote on it, yes or no. Then you can do it. Okay? Now, with that said, I understand what you're doing here. But it reads here, a public bid for this project was closed on September 25th, in which 5 sealed bids were received. The winning bid from Anter Site Work LLC for the price of $24,468 was the winning bid. When you ask the public for sealed bids, they need to be opened at a board meeting in front of the public. You can't take all sealed bids back in an office and open them up. You need to open them at a public meeting. That's why you have a public sealed bid process. That's all. That way it's fair and square, it's out in the open.
Okay.
Because right now, somebody could say, well, you open them bids in an office, but mine was less than that. You got nothing to go on, or you told this company and they threw a bid in. You gotta do it in front of everybody, okay? Just to cover your own butt.
Protect yourself.
That's it.
Elizabeth,
Oh, thank
I
you.
already called on you. Go ahead.
Thank you, President Roger. Sam, you know I support you, okay? And facilities is one of my favorite committees. I want to support your decision on this. But this is where I'm having difficulty. I need you to help me to support this. The zoning officer for Mill Hall is only letting the school district know that there's only a small percentage of that cement that's actually cracked. The other pieces appear to be stable, which would lower the cost if we only approved replacing the pieces that the zoning officer stated are not in compliance. Help me to support your decision to replace all of it. Please. Now, yes, the ADA, of course. I mean, that's not the top, we're not talking about ADA. But why were we replacing sections that the zoning officer stated don't need to be replaced? Please.
So the zoning officer said there was 4 sections of sidewalk that need to be replaced in the letter. There's actually 6 sections that are completely cracked through. And then I would say 90% of that sidewalk is uneven. And if you were gonna wheel a wheelchair down it or anything like that, you know, you'd have to be a pretty strong individual to maneuver it over the unevenness of the sidewalk. Every single section of that 275 feet has got weed growth coming between the cracks. So if we're gonna bring somebody in to do the work and we're gonna chop out different sections, plus do the ADA at the end, you're talking mobility fees and everything else.
Okay.
We had already budgeted for $200,000 this year for concrete work. The work at Mill Hall or at Central Mountain Middle School cost $76,000. This additional work will put us right about $100,000. That leaves us another 100 to do some other work throughout the district as per our 10-year plan. I think that is fiscally responsible to just do it all at one time. And that way we're not coming back next year and doing another section and the year after. We just get the whole run on Kyler Avenue done along that playground at once, put the 2 ADAs in, the little curb section between it, and we're all good.
Okay. No, thank you so much. Thank you. I'll be honest with you, you've convinced me. Okay? I came in here as a no. You convinced me to a yes. Good job, Sam.
Any other comments? Okay. Roll call vote on this, please.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Knopf, Ms. Lynch,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yep.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Dr. Baldino,
Yes.
Mr. Cannon,
Come on, yes.
Ms. Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Allen.
Yes.
8 members, yes.
Make a motion.
All right. At this time, I'd like to actually take us into an executive session dealing with a personnel issue. And then we can come back and finish this.
We're gonna go to another.
We're going over across the hallway. Elizabeth?
Is it imperative so these folks don't have to stay? Can we wait until the very end and go through this first? Or is it imperative that?
This needs to be discussed before we move it,
personnel.
do the personnel stuff.
The personnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll-
J1,
This is gonna be rather quick, so
J1.
we're not gonna, yeah,
Okay.
all right?
Mhm.
All right.
Are you emailing a link, Roger?
He must not have heard you.
I did. I said we will call.
Okay, well, the mic was muted at that time, Roger, so.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay. We had an executive session from 7:39 till 7:57. This dealt with a personnel issue. And with that,
Okay.
I will turn this over to Tracy. Go ahead.
I'd like to amend the personnel agenda to show the addition of rescinding the resignation of Jeremy Black.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a second from Elizabeth. Oops, here we go. Okay, a motion and a second. Discussion? Elizabeth?
Yes, and do we have to do a separate motion for the other
We'll do,
separate
yeah,
one?
we'll
Okay.
take care of that later.
Okay,
This motion is to just amend the agenda to add the
Right,
rescinding the
yes.
resignation.
good, thank you.
Okay. All right. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion passes. We're adding that in. Okay,
And I'd also like to make a motion, let me look at it here real quick, sorry, to table the portion of the personnel agenda that is a transfer of Ed Coma from technology supervisor to network systems administrator.
okay, do I have a second on that? Hmm?
Second,
Oh, okay. Have a second. Discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes.
I'd like to make a motion to pass J1 personnel agenda.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second. Discussion? Elizabeth?
thank you. Yes, I need some clarification, please. I, don't understand. We expect all staff, which they do, to support each other and to help each other. And they do. So why is the school district paying people to help other people? I don't understand, and I need to understand this, why certain people get monetarily reimbursed
What are you referring to?
for helping other people.
Specifically
mentors,
in the mentors? Is that what you're talking about?
Stipends for mentoring.
I
Why are we
do
paying
believe,
the mentors?
Mentoring is, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, outside the scope of the contracts.
Correct. So, if I could, so there, it's written into the collective bargaining agreement for our teachers to have paid mentors. The mentoring program is well established and kind of carefully laid out so that there's specific things that the mentors and mentees are doing across the school year that is outside of the normal school day and beyond the typical responsibilities of a teacher. So we want to make sure that our new teachers are well supported and have an experienced and talented mentor. So as as the new folks transition into the classroom, they have all of the support that they need, not just from the administrators, but from their peers as well.
Thank you. Maybe this sheet got changed from when I did it because it showed an employee getting $1,000 to mentor another principal. Is that here? Yes, there it is. I saw it. Yeah, page 4. Approve a principal mentor to teach another principal that.
Yes, and that's also well established in the literature to have, as new people come in, you want to have someone who's experienced in that role to be able to help them understand what it is like in our particular district.
But so that's in the contract, the union contract, that we have to pay people to help other people?
Yes,
But this is for a principal.
it's correct. So this is right. This is Act 93, which is not in the, I didn't know you were referring to the principal one, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
yes, we do have mentors for principals as they come in to help understand how KCSD is unique and different and interesting to get worked into our community. It's again, the more that we can help our folks as they come in, the more likely it is they'll be successful and the longer they will stay as employees.
No, thank you, Dr. Man. I agree. Mentoring programs for everybody is a wonderful thing. I am just very confused on why why we pay employees to help each other. But it's in the contract, the Act 93 contract.
I don't remember what's in the Act 93 contract off the top of my head or not. It would be great to have those kind of questions ahead of time.
Okay,
But again, this is above and beyond their typical duties. They spend more time doing this than their normal work responsibilities.
okay, well, I'm sorry, I can't support it unless it's in the contract. Thank you.
Anybody else? Any other discussion? Okay. All right, so. I have motion to second. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Ms. Lynch,
No,
Mr. Scott,
No.
Ms. Smith,
Yes.
Dr. Baldino,
Yes.
Mr. Cannon,
No.
Ms. Donahue,
Yes.
Mr. Elling,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Knopf. Oops. 3 noes. 5 yeses.
Motion passes. Okay,
I'd like to make a motion to pass J2, the Act 93 agreement.
okay. J2. All right, so,
That motion.
we have the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
A second, okay? Motion and a second, discussion.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Chris.
I got quite a few things on this, as I brought up last week.
Okay,
The biggest question, and Nick Varelli's here, isn't he?
Nope.
no, he is
Oh,
not.
He left. I saw him here earlier.
no, you left an hour ago.
Okay. He wrote us a nice letter. Gave us a bunch of dates and stuff. But some of the things that he put in his letter just weren't kosher. We can't compare ourselves to Williamsport, Jersey Shore, Bellefontaine State College when we don't have the same tax base. Our people are tax poor in this county. As that gentleman said, as she said, my sister who owns a small business has said, we're taxed to death. You can't compare what we pay with everybody else. One thing in his letter he said was under the proposal, over the course of the 5-year contract, the district plans to reduce the number of Act 93 positions by approximately 7 through natural attrition and redistribution. Now, we all know that every time it seems like something's done, it's filled because of vacancy. But which positions is he talking about they're going to be gone, and do them people even know it? So I got to call that down. In the paprinciples.org, that all you folk, Tyler, I guess you guys all belong to it or part of it?
No, join, yes.
Okay. 6 times it says meet in good faith is mentioned. And I have to ask, is an early contract fair and in good faith to a new incoming board? It's not. They should have a say so. And like I said last week, doing this contract at this date, and it's not due until June of next year, is not only tying any new board member that could be elected and brought onto the board, it's tying the hands of everybody here already. We had that happen, as Dr. Baldino said last week. When we came on the board, 6 days before we were sworn in, there was a $20 million school agreement purchased. 8 days before we were sworn in, there's a new superintendent. Our voice was taken away from us for the last 2 years. We've not had a voice. Under the Act 93 Principals Association, it says, can the school board pass an Act 93 plan the administrators did not approve? Yes, the board can. Must we have an Act 93 plan? The answer is no. What if some of us like the board offer and others don't? What happens? The board does not need the administrator's acceptance of the plan to make it legal. Now, with that said, some of us were accused of not wanting to work with the staff. That's absolutely an outright lie. We love our staff. We want to work with them, but we want to be fair. And we want to be fair with the new board coming in. It's not right to tie their hands for the next 5 years, that they can't even make a decision. We've had that happen to us. It's not right. It's not fair. There's a whole lot of things. We don't have to do a 5-year contract. The law says you can do a minimum of 1 year. But we're not. We're doing 5. We're taking everything out of context. Their own Principals Association, the PPA, Pennsylvania Principals Association, says while there's no set standard, a meeting should be held in January and February to acquaint the board with Act 93. Many board members might never have been part of the process. Topics should include how Act 93 works. We've been here 2 years. We've still not had it explained to us. I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse. The contract I have in front of me that is right now in effect from July 1st of 2021 through June 30th of 2026. The contract you guys want to do is from July 1st of 26 through June 30th of 21, correct? Why has it got to be voted on now? What is the rush? I'd like administrators or you, Tracy, Jeff, you guys tell us. What's the rush? Why can't it wait until the new board is here, learns about Act 93, gets a chance to meet the administrators so that we can all make a good unified group decision? Because we all know, everybody in here knows, this board is not unified. It never has been. When our election happened, I'm not going to speak for Dr. Baldino. Do you want to tell him about your phone call?
I'll think about that.
Okay. The board has never been unified. It's 5-4, 5-3 all the time. Doesn't matter. This does not have to happen at this point in time. What is the rush? Nobody will answer that.
Anybody else? Are you done with the
I'm
question? Okay.
Are you gonna say anything?
Anybody else?
Go you.
Okay, yeah.
Elizabeth, go ahead.
Oh, President Roger, thank you. Holly, did you get a chance to watch the work session? Because a lot of information was shared at that time regarding this issue.
Well, I have a statement that I was gonna make. I don't know, do you want me to do that now?
Sure, sure.
No, Elizabeth, finish your comments.
Okay, well, I was just asking Polly if she,
Elizabeth,
I won't go over everything I said last Thursday. But again, the only way I knew about this is all of a sudden it popped up on board docs. I haven't had official training on Act 93. I trained myself. I still need more training. This is a 2027 discussion. Thank you. I'm sorry, 2026. 2026, apologies.
Okay, Dr. Baldino.
Polly wanted to speak.
Okay, Polly.
Okay, so I feel like I have to say something before I vote on this. I decided recently with some family issues that have come up that I don't have the time to put into the board that I need to. So I will be resigning from my position as Region 3 board member. With that being said, I don't feel it's right for me to vote on this, considering I will not be a part of the decision making for the district in the years to come. I just want to say that this has nothing to do with the administration. I feel they do a great job. And if this doesn't pass tonight, I hope that they are able to agree on a fair contract, one that's comparable to neighboring districts. And I wish everyone the best with it.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Baldino.
As I said last week, I think that I'm not sure how closely we came to the requirements of this act in this process. I think that there are defects in the act, in the contract. I think that the comments that Mr. Scaff made about timing are appropriate. There's no need to do this now. Presumably, we're going to have, now with what Polly's saying, we may have 4 new members instead of 3. I think this is a mistake to be here. As luck would have it, I met someone over the weekend that was a former principal and superintendent in this general area. I'm not going to identify anyone personally because there's too much retribution around here. He opined that any salary increases should be tied to performance, which this contract does not have. He opined that our poor academic performance, and it's been brought up here. I haven't seen the latest numbers, but the last ones I saw, we were in the lowest quartile. That's not particularly good. We're probably a result of leadership. And his only comment about the benefit package was, boy, do I wish I could have gotten a deal like that. So if this is going to be voted on tonight, I urge everybody else to vote no. And we start over with the new board and try to reach a fair agreement with everybody. Thank you.
Okay. Tom, do you have anything to weigh in on this?
Nope. You guys know how I felt about it last week.
Okay.
I said all I needed to say last week. We're good.
Okay. Jeff, do you have anything to say?
I'll save mine for when I'm ready to vote.
Okay. All right. Tracy?
Yeah, I get everyone's position on this and I understand. 8 years ago, when I came on the board, this district was facing a $10 million deficit. The administration at that time was very bare bones. We did not have a curriculum director for one. And so there was no up-to-date curriculum. There were no, all the policies were outdated and not a fit for our district. And there's no clear plan for facility maintenance or long-term improvements. The lack of leadership and staffing through the administration hindered the district's process and contributed to the deterioration of many of our buildings. I understand that the administration needs to be reduced, and there are plans for that through attrition, through moving some positions from the Act 93 contract of non-educational side of the Act 93 contract back to support staff. That's being worked on. There is a reduction going on. But the current climate of this board and what the new board is going to be detrimental to our administration, both morally for the most part. We are going to lose, I fear if my predictions are correct, we're going to lose a lot of good administrators. I get what all of you have said, but you're going to see it, and I feel bad for this district. That is why I wanted to support our administrators and give them an incentive to stay, to work with the board, even though it's going to be adversarial, to stay here for our students and to continue the progress that this district has made in the last 8 years with our curriculum, with our policies, with our facilities. That is why I wanted to do it. It wasn't, we can debate the cost of it and everything. This district we are facing a lot of financial issues. I get it. And we're going to continue until the budget's passed, till cyber charter schools that deal is figured out, and until the state starts funding us the way they were court ordered to, which they have not. So it's obvious that this isn't going to pass tonight. It is what it is. You are more than welcome. Somebody's more than welcome to make the motion to table it. But I did want to be upfront with why I would have voted yes for this.
Okay. Well,
I'll say my piece now.
okay.
I agree with everything that Tracy just said. As Dr. Baldino pointed out last week, as he asked and said that I should recuse myself as my vote. I feel that, yes, it's true. I'm a former administrator, former superintendent. And as a result of that, I feel that I have a little bit more expertise in this area than anybody sitting at this table. I know that all of you sitting out there probably think that administrators are grossly overpaid, worthless, and we don't need them. And nothing could be further from this truth, because they carry probably the biggest amount of responsibility of any employees in this school district. They're the ones who have to chase down all of the ridiculous stuff that these guys are constantly making them do through their constant micromanagement of this district. They're the ones that are charged with making sure that your children are safe every single day. The buck stops with them when there's some kind of an emergency. They're the ones that make the calls. They're the ones that call for a lockdown. They're the ones that have to make those types of decisions. And they're also the ones that have, over the last 2 years, had to experience the condescending comments and the accusations that Tracy has alluded to earlier tonight. And they're the ones that oversee all of the daily activities that happen in these school buildings. And I'm not just talking about the principals. I'm talking about people like Sam, people in the non-instructional areas too, that keep these IT and keep these computers and keep this internet system working every single day. They're the ones that are responsible for that. Whenever something happens, it's on them. They're the ones that take the irate phone calls from the parents who curse them out. They're the ones that make sure your kids are fed every single day. They're the ones that have to do all of those things because they have accepted the responsibility. They work longer work years than teachers, and Some of them make probably very little more than the highest paid teachers, and some of them don't make as much if you figure on a per diem basis. But, and they're also probably the most disrespected group of all of them. I know, I've lived it. And the non-instructional group, as I mentioned, they are the same as far as responsibility and the things that they have to do every single day to keep this district running. As I said, I've walked in their shoes. There's no single same day when you walk through that door, no matter what you're doing in this district as an administrator, that is predictable. But they are the only group, not the teachers, not the secretaries, not the support people. They all have collective bargaining agreements. That means they have to negotiate with this group. The Act 93 is the only group, because of the way the act is written, that can be manipulated and pushed around by a school board if they choose to do so. And that is exactly why I am in favor of doing this now. Because you heard, and I know that most of you agree with this, with the stuff that they've been throwing around here tonight. And that's your choice. But just remember, you get the kind of school district you deserve. And so if you want, when that new board comes in here and they starts to dismantle and tear down everything that has been accomplished in the last 7 or 8 years, and believe me, as Tracy said, from where we were back at that point, we've come a long, long way, and we have an administrative staff that is second to none. Whether you believe that or not, that's up to you. But I know in my heart that they are good people and they are hardworking and they give you every cent for the effort for their every dollar that they get in their paycheck. And they are knowledgeable. They know, and I don't give a crap about what you say about the test scores and so on, because there's a whole lot of factors that go into that. It's not like, and I really am offended whenever you say it's about leadership, a lack of leadership. That's a slap in the face of everybody in that administrative team. It's wrong. And it's just not, as Dr. Baldino likes to say, appropriate. And the reason I want to do that now is because those administrators, the board, the new board we keep hearing about will, I'm guessing, probably, maybe throw them a bone if they feel like it. And my advice to every administrator in this district, because this is probably going to get voted down, and when it does, I would say, get your resumes ready and start looking, because there'll be a place out there for you that will respect what you do. This isn't it. Thank you.
Roger.
I would like to say something in response to
You
that.
had your time. Okay, Tom, go
I
ahead.
just want to make a quick comment. I think it's very inappropriate to make accusations about people that we don't even know who they are yet. I don't know how that's fair by making the statement that these people should get their resumes going tells me that that's sabotage of the board itself right now.
Mhm.
I think that that's very inappropriate. I mean, we've constantly hear how professional we need to be, and that statement that you just made was just completely unprofessional and inappropriate. And that's all I have to
I'm
say.
sorry you feel that
I'm
way,
ready to
Tom.
vote.
Okay. Chris?
I got an email that I was just got and was asked to read it. It said, Chris, it's nice to see some people have brought common sense to KCSD. Whoever originally shopped for that health insurance plan for the administration of KCSD, they can live just like the rest of us and have deductibles and copays. What the heck kind of feather bedding is this? No one else gets this treatment. I say put them in the same health plan pool that we are all in as public. They put their pants on the same way we do every day. They don't like how we're all forced to live to let them go elsewhere. Never knew that. Shocking at 5 decades of a taxpayer, I am totally disgusted. Now, with that said, in response to Mr. Johnson, I'm totally offended that you're putting all the blame on us
Isn't
when
that what you're doing? with
John Q.
Jeff?
Public
Jeff.
has all kinds of issues the way things have gone the last few years, and you guys have been in charge of it. As the bills have tripled and quadrupled and the scores have gone down. So to say that a new board is going to destroy everything and telling the principals that we don't even know that we can work with because you're trying to take it right out of our hands. I fully intend to work with the principals. I think they're a great bunch of guys. I don't have anything against them. What I have against it is the way that the 5 on this board are trying to shove us through ahead of time, which is unprofessional, it's unethical, and if you're gonna talk about the board like you just did, maybe you should resign also. Now I said what I got to say.
Okay, anybody else have anything to say? Okay, my turn. Okay, I want to take a moment tonight to respond to the recent public statements that were released by 3 of our board members regarding the Act 93 agreement. The community needs to understand the full context of what took place, both with Act 93 discussions and with the district's financial situation. First, earlier this year, the administration presented the board with several options for the 25-26 budget. They recommended a 3.55% tax increase, which would have brought approximately $980,000 in revenue, in additional revenue. That increase would have still kept Keystone Central's millage rate among the 4 lowest districts in the entire IU, which includes Center, Clinton, and Clearfield counties. There was pushback from some members who didn't want to raise taxes at all. The problem is, without some kind of an increase, we're staring down a growing budget shortfall, one that would have forced deeper cuts to programs, staffing, and services for our students. So in the interest of moving the district forward and getting a budget passed, I made the suggestion to cut that increase in half, from 3.55 to 1.78%. That compromise generated about $490,000 in revenue, but it also meant that the district lost nearly $490,000 in potential revenue that could have helped offset rising costs, especially in healthcare. That decision created a financial burden that could have been avoided had we approved the administration's original recommendation. Another key point for our community to understand involves the local effort rate. which is part of the state's basic educational funding formula. This measures whether the district is taxing appropriately for its size and wealth. If a district falls below 1.27%, state funding can be reduced or even eliminated, knocking out all the state funding that we get to nothing. Districts must remain between 1.27% and 1.55% to maintain their full subsidy that they get. And we are currently at 1.33%. That's why small, consistent tax increases are more responsible than skipping years and making large catch-up hikes later. I know I've had my constituents come up to me and say, you know, I'd rather you raise our taxes continually a little bit than nothing and then a huge tax increase. It's also why the administration consistently recommends gradual adjustments rather than the yo-yo effect of sudden tax swings. Now, part of our financial challenge comes from rising health insurance costs, which have gone up dramatically this year. Our school district is part of a health insurance group that shares costs. Here's how it works and why costs are going up. Stop loss. It's a $100,000 limit. The district pays for each employee's medical bills up to $100,000 a year. If someone's bills go over $100,000, the insurance company starts paying. Yes, it is, Chris. In 2024, 21 people had medical bills that went over $100,000. That alone cost the district about $2.1 million. In the past years, only 10 to 16 people hit that limit. So this was a big jump for us. Just to let you know, those individuals weren't necessarily retirees. They could have been employees, or they could have been individuals' spouses or kids. And just to be clear, okay, is like what I just said. Okay, the next level. This is called the Spec Share Fund. This is $100,000 to $400,000. After the first $100,000, the next chunk of bills, up to $400,000, is shared among all schools in our insurance group. Everyone in the group pays into this fund. And when many people across the group have high medical bills, that fund gets used up faster. And everyone's costs go up. Big claims over $400,000. Once a person's medical costs go above $400,000, the district does not pay anyone anymore. The insurance company covers those costs. Some of our members have had bills that have gone over $1 million, which shows how much the plan is being used and why our costs rise. Monthly premiums. The district pays monthly premiums for each employee's insurance, both for single and family plans. Those payments cover the claims fund and the Spec Share Fund. Why costs keep rising? Inflation alone costs about 10% each year. Our health plan is competitive with other school districts. Medicine is more expensive. There are fewer doctors available, and major providers like UPMC and Geisinger aren't giving as many discounts. Many of our employees are between 50 and 65 years old. So naturally, we see more doctor visits and health complications. Bottom line, we don't pay $1 million for one person's care. But when several people have very large medical bills, especially above $100,000, it pushes cost up for the entire district. Now, turning to the Act 93 agreement. I want to make sure everyone understands what the process actually looked like. These discussions began back in April of 2025 and continued through October. Following the legal process outlined in the current contract, here's a summary of the key dates. April 3rd, 2025, Act 93 members met and unanimously agreed to request a meet and discuss meeting. April 17th, 2025, the Personnel Committee met and Dr. Redmond shared that Act 93 would like to begin discussions in June. June 15th, 2025, Act 93 leaders met with Dr. Redmond, Dr. Zangara, and Mr. Evie to formally request a Personnel Committee meeting. July 29th, Personnel Committee meetings, and you can see that stuff in the board docs if you go in and look at it. August 7th, 2025, the Personnel Committee held an executive session that became informational due to the lack of quorum. Official meet and discuss executive session was held with 5 board members and Act 93 leaders on September 11th. October 2nd, scheduled executive session to review the final contract, which turned into an informational session due to a lack of quorum. I also need to note that Dr. Baldino, Chris Scaff, and Elizabeth Lynch, the same members who later criticized this process, were not present or left early during several of these meetings, including October 2nd. Because of that, those sessions could not move forward as official meetings. It is important to understand that contract discussions like Act 93 are always held in executive session, not during public meetings. That's the standard practice across Pennsylvania and is designed to allow for open discussion and negotiation without violating personal confidentiality. The final Act 93 contract, the 26 through 31 that we are being presented with, includes the following key points. A 3% annual increase, this is modest compared to teacher increases that are averaging 6.88%. Increased employee health care contributions from 3.99% to 7.99%. That's saving the district about $93,881 over 5 years. Reduced post-retirement benefits for new hires from 8 years to 5 years, saving the district an estimated $3.3 million long-term. It's also worth noting that even the 8 years of coverage for current administrators is still less than what some surrounding districts provide, with a few offering up to 10 years of post-retirement health insurance coverage. Strategic staffing reductions through the natural attrition expected to cut about 6 administrative positions over the life of the contract. The district has already begun the process, reducing 1 position this year alone, with others reduced in recent years. This will continue to save both salary and benefit costs over time. This is a responsible and balanced agreement that saves money over time while keeping Keystone Central competitive and attracting and retaining qualified administrators. Every decision made in this process has been guided by one principle: doing what's best for the students and the families of Keystone Central School District. My votes and actions have always been based upon that responsibility, not politics, not pressure, not personal agendas. I want to do what's best for this district. Leadership means making difficult decisions with the long-term health of the district in mind. This agreement is one of those decisions: responsible, balanced, and good for our future. Okay, with that, I will make request a motion for the vote.
Ms. Lynch?
What's the vote?
The vote.
And
We're doing
what's
it
the motion?
To approve the Act
To-
93
Can I
agreement.
ask one
Approve Act
question?
93.
All that numbers you threw out there
Yep.
on insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Joni sat right there when we were going over insurance and asking about cheaper programs last year and said, we pay the first $1 million of an employee's claim. Not 100,000. She said 1 million. If I have to go back and dig up the tape, I will.
Do it. Okay.
Okay.
In the meantime, Joni, would you like to say what was really said?
I don't know if that was a type of misunderstanding,
I
but
asked
there is
you
a,
specifically, I
Mhm.
said, you're telling me we pay the first $1 million? And you said yes.
okay, we'd have to roll that tape, but it is $100,000 stop loss. And then it rolls up, just like Roger said, the next bucket up to $400,000. So we do pay into both of those buckets. The reason why, like Roger said, the healthcare insurance is increasing is because of the number of claims we have. That is what is driving up. We had 21 members hit the 100,000. That, like I said, that's 2.1 right out of the gate. And whatever other funds are also under 100,000, we pay. We pay those straight up. Anything from 100 to 400,000, we also pay a portion of them. Anything over 400,000 is paid for by the insurance company. We do have, and I know absolutely said, we have $1 million claim. We absolutely do.
Yes, because you said we had we were sitting on 10 of them.
We did. We
Okay.
did have those,
We were
yes.
sitting on $10 million worth of claims.
But we didn't pay $1 million each for those.
Well, you told us, am I wrong?
That's what I heard, but whatever. Well, we can work all that
It's
out.
okay. We're gonna work it out.
Okay,
We're not shortchanging these guys.
right.
We love what they do. They're good at what they do.
Yep.
And all this stuff, a hype around it is wrong. The bottom line is there was no reason to cut out an entire school board on working with these guys 6 and 9 months ahead of time. That was the whole argument.
Yep. So, okay, what's the
Let's
motion?
do a vote.
What's the motion?
Roll call.
What's
The motion is to pass Act 93.
The contract.
The
The
contract.
contract, the new one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ms. Lynch?
No.
Mr. Scott?
No,
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Dr. Baldino?
No,
Mr. Cannon?
No,
Ms. Donahue?
No.
Mr. Elling?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
Yes.
3 yeses. 5 noes.
Okay, motion fails. All right, next up,
Like
Ms.
adjournment.
Smith.
I'd like to make a motion to
Yeah.
pass K1, athletics and student activities personnel.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Discussion? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, that's it. I'll take a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
second.
Meeting adjourned.